Hi, this is Greg from Georgia. Today I'm going to give you the wrap up of day 2 or night 2, which is basically the wash and clay. As I'd hoped, versus the long hours of the interior of night 1, night 2 was a lot easier. Probably spent about 3 hours on it. Basically washed, clayed, and detailed the engine bay. I'm going to do a photographic tour when we get done to really capture the before scratches to play out this evening for the first round of polishing and compounding. Quick recap of that. Typically, I use the foam cannon as I do with anything. Instead of just using the car shampoo, I was out of strip wash. I used the Adams car shampoo and added in a couple ounces of the all-purpose cleaner. That was the strip wash quote. That's what I did for the shampoo. I did not want to use my own wash pad just for contamination, so this was the exercise of using all my old stuff I had laying around. So in this case I used this microfiber wash mitt that I had previously. I used that for this car. Once that was done, then I detailed the engine bay with just straight all-purpose cleaner, letting it soak, and using the tire brush on this engine bay. One thing I did, the manifold shroud, I guess you call it, which is a metallic piece, just was rusted, not rusted, just had an oxidation on it. So I used Barkeeper's Friend. That's what I use on my tailpipes as well. So this is at any grocery store. I use Barkeeper's Friend to get the oxidation off the manifold. You'll see that in a photograph here in a minute. Clayed everything. I clayed the paint, I clayed the glass, and I clayed all of the plastic headlights and taillights. I was really excited with the oxidation that was removed, or just the discoloration that was removed from the headlights through the claying, so that was exciting. In the spirit of not wanting to contaminate my good stuff with this filthy car, I used some new but Meguiar's clay that I had laying around, as well as I used some old or some set-aside bottles of detail spray for the claying that I used on this. This one was neat. This Mother's California Gold Instant Detailer was cinnamon smelling. This was cool. I would use this a lot if I had it, but these are pretty much empty. They'll be thrown in the trash now. Oh, by the way, claying. I've never detailed a car that wasn't sort of already clean, so I always felt like I was going through the motions on clay, meaning I never really saw much difference in before versus after. Very different on this car. I went from sandpaper to I don't feel anything using this Meguiar's clay. So now I really feel like I understand the purpose of clay, whereas before I felt like I was kind of just going through the motions. So exciting on that. Like I said, I'm gonna give you a tour, a photographic tour of some of the befores of the scratches before I set up for the polishing. I'm rethinking my strategy on that for this evening. I think I'm gonna go through and just do a Adams orange correction polish, so the least aggressive with the Adams orange pad. I'm gonna save the compounding for the areas that really need the compounding. One thing that'll talk me into that is before I start the compounding, I'm gonna use my Highline 2 light meter to give me the paint thicknesses, at least of the metallic surfaces. I've done this in all my cars before I polish them, just keep a record of that. And by the way, I've never noticed any impact to the thickness as a result of polishing, which is why I got this meter, just to test that out. This meter is a DIY quality, entry-level, frugal, best bang for buck, I think, in researching them before I got it. I got it from a website that this is all they sell, plus one higher end meter that's not a different brand than Highline. Looks like if you go to highlinemeter.com, that may point to that site. I see it listed on the product here, but I don't know. Anyway, I've had success with this meter. Just in getting a general feel. I wouldn't trust it more than a general feel. Every time I use it, I have to zero it and calibrate it. That's, I guess, the price to pay for entry-level equipment. It comes with the calibration discs and it's really easy to calibrate, but it is a manual type thing. So I'll do that. I'll give you a recap of that in tomorrow's video. So right now we're going to take a photographic adventure of the scratches. I'm not going to call them swirls, just the flat out scratches that I'm going to attempt to address tonight. So at the end of the, I'll talk over the photographic journey because I'll also give you some shots of the inside of the engine bay as well. Okay, here's an after shot of the engine bay. Adam's all-purpose cleaner, undiluted, and then the barkeeper's friend on that shroud there. I think this came out nice. Here's just typical scratches on all the corners of the car. I'm hoping that these will be compounded out after the regular polishing. These are one of 2 bumper sticker things that are going to be a real challenge on the back. Wish me luck. Talk to you tomorrow.